Hello again. It's been a long time, and I'm sorry for such a long gap between the last recording and this one tonight. But while I've been away in prison, I've read a few different pieces of real interest, and this book was written by a great man, Tomás Ó Canainn. That expression has been used about him, that he was a true Renaissance man, because he had so many interests beside music. He was a great traditional singer and a great uilleann piper, founder member of a well-known band, Fiddle, all those years ago. Tomás wrote this book. It's called A Lifetime of Notes, published by the Collins Press in 1996. And in this extract he gives his impressions of Seán Ó Riada, who was Tomás's music teacher while Tomás was in UCC. The first time I met Seán Ó Riada, I had the nerve to tell him that he had been singing out a tune on a television programme of his, which had been broadcast some time previously. It was 1963, and Seán had just joined the staff of UCC. I was introduced to him with some others at a big college function in the student restaurant, where we all stood around talking. But Seán soon corrected me about his singing, pointing out that he had been in tune all right, even though it might not have sounded great, as he didn't claim to be a singer. That wasn't the most auspicious start to a friendship I cherished for the next 8 years, with a man who could be both rough and gentle, both cocksure and quite unsure, but always fascinating. The only genius I've ever met. I remember our family going to visit Seán in Cooley once for Sunday afternoon tea. It was our first visit, and Seán had suggested I bring my accordion for a session. One of the tunes we played was a northern version of the Donegal reel, with Seán on fiddle. Nothing wonderful about that, you might say, but Seán's strong anti-accordion views were well known after his radio series, Our Musical Heritage. When I took him to task about those views, he laughed and said, "You sometimes have to exaggerate to make a point." It was a technique of argument he often used. He believed in overkill. The finer details could be filled in later, when the opponent had already been completely vanquished. He was very proud of his first Mass, and sent some of us the Our Nather, the Our Father, from it on a Christmas card in his own elegant hand. Later on he showed me the cover of that Cooley Mass book just before it was published, pointing out details of the excellent design. He always knew he was doing something a bit special with the Cooley choir, which had started from sessions held in his house, at which the local Shanachie, Taig Ó Maileáin, presided. Seán suggested to An Tathair Donnacha Ó Cruthúr that the lads who sang in his house could, with some training, sing in the church. They decided to begin with benediction, and learned O Salutaris Hostia, Tantum Ergo, and Cuine Nidri Vide. Gradually their repertoire increased, with Magrasa Maia and a new Our Nather that Seán composed for them. He was fastidious about their learning the exact meaning of what they sang, giving rise to competition amongst themselves in providing nicely turned native translations for the benediction hymns. The music for this first Mass was solidly based in local tradition, and this is most clearly felt in his settings of Rí an Domhnach and Gile Machree, this last piece set to the air of a traditional song collected from Murt Shea. But singing at Mass did not meet with universal acceptance in Cooley. Some of the parishioners feeling that this new Vatican II nonsense of singing in the vernacular was taking things a bit too far. As well as that, it interfered with their rosaries. A lifetime of notes, memoirs of, what's it described as? The memoirs of Tomás Ó Canainn. The beer I'm drinking tonight, it's called Green Bullet, and it comes quite near to Kool-Aid, Rainery in fact, and it's from the Mountain Man Brewing Company. It's a lovely ale. It isn't my first time taking it. It's 4.0 degree in strength. Oh, that's very nice. Very, very nice. Green Bullet by the Mountain Man Brewing Company. Nice beer coming from that part of West Muskerry. Nearby, of course, you have in the Mills Brewery, you have their wonderful products, which I think I made a program about them recently. Tune in again.